Hey everyone, and welcome into HelenKennard.com. I'm Helen Kennard, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm so glad you can come tonight. I, I promise you, every single week something changes with this StreamYard, which is the computer app that I use. But I'm sure it's not me. I'm sure it is me. Um, but anyway, I jump on as fast as I can. But welcome, welcome. If this is your first time, say hello. I love figuring out who I'm stamping with and crafting with tonight. So for sure, say hello. I have a few updates that I wanted to talk to you about. One of them is this month's product of the month. Look at those. Aren't they gorgeous? And it's the designer series paper, and it's kind of that pearlescence. But we made these a few weeks ago, so go back and watch me make them because they were a lot of fun. And look how beautiful they are. The trick is that you can only get this DSP while it lasts and through the end of the month. So you want to go ahead and don't wait. It's a very fall themed DSP, so it's going to sell out pretty quick. And for sure, I'll be surprised if it makes it through the month. So go ahead and get you some while you can. It's $5 for $75 order. So you place a $75 order, and then this little banner will tell you you've qualified for the DSP. So go ahead and do that for $5. It is beautiful and a lot of fun to work with. The other thing I wanted to tell you is that I'm having my second Christmas class, and look at that. That's going to be September the 1st, and so just really, really cute cards. This one is a gift card. See, isn't that cute? It's like a little gift. Anyway, the last day to sign up for this is tomorrow. So after that, registration closes. So you want to make sure you go ahead and get your registration done. This is another, it could be a gift card holder or pictures or whatever, or a pocket to put something in, like chocolate or, oh my goodness, excuse me, all of a sudden I've sat down and I'm really sleepy. Anyway, a lot of fun for this class. So go ahead and go to my website, sign up for my newsletter, and then you'll be able to register for my class. So tomorrow's the last day. All right, so don't forget. Some of the other things I wanted to remind you of is that Stampin' Up! Is having a sale on specific DSP and card stock, 15% off. You want to go ahead and get it while you can. A lot of really good designer series paper, and I think the one we're going to use tonight is one of them. So you definitely want to go ahead and go check out the 15% off. It's not all of our DSP and not all of our card stock, so go check it out and see which one is on sale. Now, I didn't bring the new catalog, but our new catalog starts next Tuesday. So you do not want to miss that either. So if you don't have your catalog, shoot me a message and I'll be happy to get you one. Especially if you don't already have a demonstrator. So let me know if you need a catalog. We also have some new online exclusives coming up the beginning of September. Um, and, you know, all of this is in my newsletter. So if you're interested in keeping up on what's going on with Stampin' Up, what's going on with my classes, you want some inspiration for crafting, such as I do a sketch. I showed you that from last month, and we did our card last week was from last month. So you've got a sketch, and then also a color challenge. So I give you 3 colors and then show you a card made with that color combination. So it's a lot of fun. And so you don't want to miss it. Go ahead and join my newsletter. You don't want to miss anything like our hot foiling system that's coming out at the beginning of next month as well, and a new big brochure of all the new stuff that's coming with that hot foiling system. So you don't want to miss it. Go ahead and sign up for it. So I think that's it. Anyway, tonight we're going to be you know, in our annual catalog, when we had one catalog for the whole year, down at the bottom, Stampin' Up had a bunch of card sketches, scrapbook sketches, and then tags. Well, they still do on page 13 of the current catalog and in the new catalog that's coming out at the beginning of the week. And so, what you need to do is scan this in, and it will take you to this page. Which, look at all those. Look at all those sketches, cards, tags, and scrapbook. So lots of sketches. So I'm going to start using this and show y'all how easy it is and fun. So tonight we're going to be using this one. Can you see it? This one right here. And again, you can look for them down here on the oh, I just did show you the new catalog. Anyway, if you need a catalog, for sure, drop me a note. And in the current catalog and this one on page 13, you can get all these sketches. So this is just a starting point, but I want to show you how it works, because it doesn't matter, you know, what it is that you're wanting to do. It can be used for anything. So let's get started. Very simple card. So I'm using the Velvet Meadows, and if you haven't seen this, oh my goodness, is it beautiful? It's got flocking on it, and you really can't see it that much right here. But all that's white, all the white, or most of the white, is real soft and velvety. But look at that. Isn't that pretty, all the white? And it is that velvety touch. Yeah, I wish y'all could feel it. It is beautiful. And the back is a little more muted and soft, and I love it, because look at that. So it's just beautiful. Lots of pretty designer series paper. Now, what I did is I went to the back, and on the back, for those that don't know this, they list what cardstock, what colors work well with this designer series paper. So I went and looked and found I found a DSP that I wanted to use, which was, let me show you, well, this one. I wanted to use this one because, see, you can really see the flocking on that, or the velvet. Hopefully you can. Anyway, I just love it. So I thought this is the one I want to use. So they're using the Cloud Cover Peaceful Pine. And I thought, well, those are the ones that I want to use. Those are the colors that I want to use with this card. So that's, and Peaceful Pines. So My base is going to be the cloud cover, and that's 8.5 by 5.5, and score at 4 1/4. My first layer is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm gonna, like I said, this is very simple, but I want to show you some other samples that I made so you can see. Now, what I love about this is Peaceful Pine two-toned. So I had a choice. I could use the light color or the dark, and I really like both of those on this because that really makes it stand out. But I decided I wanted, because this was the light shade, that's what I'm going to go with. But isn't that cool to have a piece of green that you can decide how light or dark you want it? So I'm going to go with the light. However, the dark is just as pretty, and it gives you a lot of contrast when you use the dark. But that's what's cool about one of the things that's cool about the two-tone. I'm going to show you another sample in a minute that I've used two-tone. All right, I'm going to put that flat, and then I'm going to put this one flat. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's the cloud cover, in case you can't see it. Okay, we're going to put this in the middle. Has anybody used the sketches that Stampin' Up! Has had before? And look, and then our sentiment, I'm using, what am I using? The stamp set Scarlet Blooms, and I'm going to get the ones Have a Good Day. Okay, I'm going to put it in Peaceful Pine, so that's going to give it a little bit of dark. All right, let's see. Now the sketch says to put it across here, but I think we can do it however we want to. So I'm gonna trim this down a little bit. It doesn't have to be exactly like the sketch. That's the other thing that I love about sketches. It can be, like I said, something to just get you started, and then you can make it whatever you want it to be. All right. That looks a little bit crooked, doesn't it? Now that I'm looking at it. And ta-da! That's just how simple it can be. Just that simple. And then what you can make it as stepped up as you want to with adding bling or ribbon or something else. But, you know, the sketches are pretty simple for beginners. You know, if you're just starting out or you just need a place to get started, that's what templates are all about, and that's what this is. But look how beautiful that is, just using the DSP. Can you see that white? Yeah, it's beautiful. You don't see it as well on camera as you do in person, but let me show you another card. All right, I used the exact same designer series paper in the background this time. So let me show you. I'm going to leave this one sitting here. I just reversed it. So, the designer series paper uses Berry Burst, a Daffodil Delight, and Bubble Bath. So I got all of those out, and I wanted to use the Berry Burst, because there's lots of that. I used that as my my base. And then I initially was going to put the designer series paper, but it just needed something. So I matted it with 1/8 of an inch of matte all the way around. Can you see that with the pink? And that seemed to pop it up a little bit more. And then this is what I was talking about. The center is out of that two-tone Daffodil Delight. And so I went ahead and used the sanding block, because two-tone, not only can you use it on reverse sides, but you can sand it and get to the center, which is white. So it adds another piece of depth to it. Now I did use the sunflower embossing folder. It's super popular. And then using Sending Smiles, and that was with, I forgot what stamp set I used with that, but do you see how it can be the same but different at the same time? Totally different in looks, colors, and all of that. Even using the same exact, not exact, the same designer series paper. So that's always fun to use that same one just in something completely different. So then I decided, well, let me see what it would look like in another completely different designer series paper. So I'm using the Silly Old Bear designer series paper. But isn't that cute? Look, it's the same thing, just different different colors. So again, I used black, Golden Glow, the DSP is the Silly Old Bear, and then instead of this, I used this. Now I did stamp on it and say, oh bother, they're trying to get him out of the tree hole. But I just love using sketches, you guys, because you can make it whatever you want it to be, and use the exact same one on different cards, and nobody would even notice it unless you brought it up. But it doesn't have to be exact. I keep saying that because I want to stress that, that it doesn't have to be exactly alike, but at least it gets you started. All right, everybody. For sure, say hello when you get here so I know who I'm stamping with. If you enjoyed tonight's card, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you sign up for my newsletter so you know all the news and updates that Stampin' Up have, and then any of my classes. All right. Well, we'll talk to you next week. Y'all have a good week, and I'll see you then. Take care.